Like so many of you guys, I love playing zoo games. I think they are so fun. Just the ability to make exhibits for your animals is so entertaining to me, and I wanted to set out on a quest. I wanted to make the same exhibit in 5 different zoo games. That's Zoo Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon 2, Zoo Tycoon 3, Planet Zoo, and Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 Wild. And I figured, what better animal to build for than the iconic African elephant? I surveyed my Twitter, by the way, follow me on Twitter. And so many of you guys shouted out the African elephant, the poster child for zoos. This is going to be such a fun challenge because so many of these games have different building techniques. So many of them have different building styles that I can't wait to sink my teeth into it. Without further ado, let's jump right into our first game. So welcome to Zoo Tycoon 3, or Zoo Tycoon Xbox, or Zoo Tycoon. I really don't know, this has too many damn names for a game this simple. So this was released in 2013, much to the demise of the entire Zoo Tycoon community. And honestly, we're just gonna load into one of my old parks and we'll see why. So welcome to my zoo, everyone. Hope you guys enjoy this monstrosity that I created. Try making a layout for this zoo, I'll tell you that much. So already right off the bat, I want to say that this is not the best game to start off with because there is no freeform in here. In fact, I had to start off with the zoo that I already started before because unfortunately, we need to play the game to unlock animals in a sandbox mode. Tell me how that makes any sense at all. But we're not here to complain. We're here to make an exhibit. So without further ado, let's get our creative juices flowing and make an exhibit in Zoo Tycoon. You could tell coming from Zoo Tycoon 1, Zoo Tycoon 2, all these other awesome zoo games that plopping down an exhibit is not the fun in it. Making the exhibit is always the fun in it. But because I recorded this video earlier and did not actually record the video for it, I kind of decided that this would be the habitat that we're working with today. And it's just very interesting. So let's pop over here to the one I actually set up and we can actually see how this all works all together. One of my favorite parts about this game is how you could just waterboard animals. It's so cool. I will say though, the fact that this game looks this good, all these animations are so cute. I can at least see some of the appeal in it. Okay, but let's talk about this habitat because we're going to be seeing this shape pop up a lot. We have this little ridge down here. It kind of slopes down a bit so our elephants can kind of get this lower view down here. And we have this big rock structure in the middle. This is kind of why I chose the grasslands one because you have so many awesome layers to work with that I think it would be a really fun challenge to play with in all of the other zoo games that we're going to be playing today. We have these small little features in here. We have this little shade structure that is a little bit too tiny for our elephants, but I still wanted to include it nonetheless. We have this little food dish with a whole bunch of delicious little fruits that look like they've gone bad. This is going to be fun to work with. This is a little Thank you, Mr. Elephant. This is a little pool that they have. I'm not sure how we're gonna make that happen in some of the games, but we're gonna get a little creative with it. And we also have this section up here. This is kind of probably why I chose this habitat to begin with. It's gonna provide such a cool elevation change for our guests that it's gonna be so fun to make work. That elephant is going off right there. Oh my gosh, he's having the time of his life. Listen guys, you couldn't expect me to make a Zoo Tycoon 3 video without talking about the go-karts. I mean, this is the best damn thing in this game. Yeah, have you ever wanted to tickle a tiger?
Game of the year. Game of the century, honestly.
All right, let's move on to some isometric exercises. There is just something so nostalgic whenever I open up this game. This was my first zoo game that I ever played, and my parents got it for me, and they set me on the course that I am today, much to their disappointment. I have so many good memories of this game. This is the stuff that I miss. Plopping down the mermaid in here, watching it become a real mermaid. I'm pretty sure that's still better than the live action Little Mermaid. All right, so this is what we're working with. And if you look on the screen right now, you guys can actually see the habitat that we are recreating. We're gonna be recreating the one from Zoo Tycoon 3. I feel like that's probably best for us to do. So you guys might already notice right off the bat, my Zoo Tycoon looks a little bit different. I am running a slightly modded version of the game. That's just give me a little bit extra space and have it be more upgraded for modern day computers. Very useful if you guys want to get back into the game. All already I'm looking at like the surrounding areas of this kind of like habitat, and I think what I want to do is kind of just get started on like the general shape of this habitat and make sure it looks good. It's such an awkward shape. I genuinely don't know how to make this work again. Oh yeah, I said again, I already made this habitat before in this game just to get a little bit more used to the controls. It's been such a long time since I played Zoo Tycoon 1. Alright, so that is the general shape of kind of like the surrounding pathway. Let's get some fences in here just to show off kind of like the surrounding area and really help to frame this. I don't know about you guys, but I like never use these fences down here. Like, I was never a decoration kid when it came to this game. I was always form and function. I was getting every animal in my parks, and these fences just didn't cut it. Alright, I'll see you guys once I actually kind of like get all these fences in here. So I guess one of the videos that kind of inspired me to make this is the Sim Supplies making the same house in each Sims game. And one of the things they mentioned about this was in Sims 1, it sucks because you only have 4 visions and you can probably miss 1 angle. So that's definitely something I'm keeping in mind over here. Looking at my reference photo for this, it's kind of sad to see that Zoo Tycoon 3's main flaw for me was the fact that you have these beautiful exhibits, but everything on the outside of it just looks like a complete devoid of life wasteland. So I guess it kind of works for this map. Alright, moving off of here, I do want to get some trees in here just to help it look pretty nice. And I think beyond that, I also want to add in some like smaller bushes just to help brighten it up a little bit more. And yeah, sure, why not some more? Now, one of the things I'm seeing in this habitat is some elevation changes, so let's make sure that that happens right over there. And let's start to bring this down a little bit more. Now, this is a reason why I wanted to kind of pop in here before I recorded the video, because this is such a tricky system to get right that I needed the practice with it, but hopefully it pays off. Listen, we're playing like a 15-year-old game. When did Zoo Tycoon 1 come out? 2001. It came out in 2001. So yeah, obviously terrain controls really weren't there back then. So I think one of the cool things that we could kind of do with this part is make like a little bit of a rock structure with the limited terrain controls that we have. So it kind of loops up like this. Make sure we get it from all angles too. I think that looks swell. I think it's probably best that we do another section up here. I feel like we need just a little bit more girth. All right, so we have all these rocks up here. What I experimented with were these medium ocean floor rocks, which have this really cool texture on them, which is so naturalistic, and it's just gonna look so good once it's all done. I mean, look at that. That looks so cool right there. Now, we need a bit of fencing up here just so our people don't actually fall down into the elephant exhibit. So I think we could get a little funky with this. I honestly think the rock wall fence would be best, just so that we could really demonstrate that this is a mountain. Gonna build a mountain from a little hill. Gonna build a mountain. Wrong game. Alright, this is starting to really come together. I'm so happy with this. I think something fun too that we could do is kind of double up these fences and make it look like it's one big fence. Alright, so let's focus on terrain. Now, I'm not going to be paying attention to their needs. I apologize, but it's just not the way I'm going to roll for this challenge. We're going to go for aesthetics. So let's kind of figure out what terrain is going to look best. I think we're going to need some grass in here, but mixing it with the savanna grass gives us like kind of like a close texture to whatever the grasslands biome was in Zoo Tycoon. So let's start to lay down kind of like a thick layer of it. Oh, they're very happy about this. They are not happy about this. Alright, and I think they're gonna need some dirt too, so let's kind of get that all throughout here. And I think some brownstone too, just to help bring out a little bit more texture, would be not the worst thing in the world. Alright, this is looking good. Alright, so first feature that I have in here is this little pool. I think it might be best if we just cover it with some fresh water and kind of work off of there. Ooh, let's get some trees in here. So I really like this kafara tree. I think we're going to be using this a little bit in here. Just like, you know, one here, one there. One everywhere. Why not? We could kind of mix them with other trees so it looks like little groves, I guess. And I guess some thorn acacias wouldn't be. Will you shut up? Guys, these I'm pausing it. They're too loud for me. The silence is deafening. I can't leave it paused. So we do have that little like shade structure over here. I think I'm just gonna use a Southeast Asian one. It's kind of like close enough to the color that I think it honestly works. They have like a little feeder over here. I'm just going to use a swinging log. We could kind of mix together like different kinds of rocks and make it look good. Honestly, we could use this to kind of figure out where those ridges are and kind of place the rest of the rocks based around like their curvature. I'm thinking full math right now. And yeah, we could get some like desert rocks in here. Oh, shut up. You're happy about it. And think some savanna rocks too, just to help it bring out a little bit more color. And honestly, guys, I would say this is done. Listen, I know Zoo Tycoon is old. I know it looks a little dated, but it's still probably one of my favorite games. But I feel like this was a really fun building exercise in here because it's definitely not like anything else we're going to be building with today. I mean, I just love how well this like little rock outcrop came out. So I don't know. I can't wait to see what else it's going to look like in the other games. Alrighty, let's move on. So you guys might be saying, why are we in a roller coaster game right now? Well, in 2005, Frontier actually releases Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 Wild, and that brings us animals. Right, so now that we actually have elephants in here, I say we could get started and start making the exhibit. Now already right off the bat, we're looking at the same kind of situation as Zoo Tycoon 1, where we need to build kind of like the path first because there's only grids in here. You know, I'm surprised that Frontier actually learned how to do birds way back in the day, but still we get, you know, no birds in Planet Zoo. What a shame, but at least we got ducks in Rollercoaster Tycoon. How dare you remind me we don't have any birds in Planet Zoo? Yeah, I gotta say, the path choice in this game is pretty lacking. We're making do. It's a roller coaster game. It's not a zoo game. I just gotta keep telling myself that. Right, well, there's that one. I want to make sure I get this big mountain right over here, so let's see what we could do with that. Get the initial height first, and then we could start to build off of that. I still can't believe, like, some of the awesome creations people have done in this game. Yeah, like, somewhere, like, on Steam, I think I saw someone made, like, a Rebecca Black coaster, and it's like, I'm sorry, we're living in 2023. When are you okay? Did you get stuck in like a time loop? Right, well, now that that's done, we do have the advantage of actually being able to make a cave in here. Okay, I'm doing way too much on this. I should probably focus on other things, but listen, this rocks. Get it? I think we are done with that little rock formation. We'll touch it up in a little bit. But for the time being, I want to go through here and actually add the fences. Now, the interesting thing about Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 Wild is the fact that you only have 3 animal fences to choose from, but I think with some proper manipulation, we could make the weakest one work, and then from there, we could kind of decorate around it and make it look good. So I'll see you guys once that's all done. Alright, let's go find our elephant because I seem to have lost him. Okay, I gotta say, we need like our tranquilizer mode in Planet Zoo. I miss this stuff. Like, look at this. I think I got him. Right, now that we have the elephants in here, we're like kind of free to do whatever we want. Also, apparently for a sandbox game, they're threatening to confiscate our animals, so that's great. Let's actually pop in here and do some terrain. I know that this part kind of dips down a little bit, so let's kind of... Oh, I forgot that they adhere to wherever the animals are. Let's see what we could do about the exterior wall. I think we should probably just do like kind of a basic one, but let's change out the color on this one, because I feel like if we go for like a nice lighter color, it should be good. Not gray, that's just too depressing. Right, well, now I need to place these all individually, so I'll see you guys once I'm done. I don't want to do this. Right, so you're telling me I can't even do like fences along the slope. That I'm bound to take an L on this one. Right, so it seems like we can't place anything on these fences. I've kind of given up hope on that. But at least what we can do right now is kind of make the habitat, I guess. So I think using kind of like this dirt path might be best. And then from there, we could kind of dress it up a little bit more. Maybe like speckle in some dirt patches like this. And maybe like sand every now and again just to help keep it a little bit brighter. Because, you know, elephants, they're big guys. They would trample on all the grass. It wouldn't be there, essentially. Right, well, there was a pool over here, so I want to make sure that we kind of like demonstrate that a little bit. So do we just push this down? I don't know how to do this part. Yeah, that's as good as it's gonna get. And luckily, Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 came with some, like, African trees, so we could actually get some of the vibes in here. Make it feel like a nice African habitat. Right, so that's all there. Let's see if we could actually get some rocks in here, just to help break it up a little bit more. Aw, damn it, I forgot about, like, the ridge over here. And the ridge over here. Okay, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. So I guess the trick is just to make it, like, very busy, so it looks like a ridge. Yeah, it's looking like a ridge. You guys think it looks like a ridge? It definitely looks like a ridge. Yeah. It just looks like a mess. Okay, but okay. Let's introduce something. Elephant graveyard, maybe? Like, sure. Elephant graveyard. It's the Lion King up in here. Okay, but like, what about a millipede coming out of here and then coming back out of here? Like, look at that. Okay, this isn't gonna get done if I keep like distracting myself. Right, well, I don't know how else to kind of do this better. I feel like we've kind of made this as good as we can. Our elephants aren't happy with it, but you know what? I guess I am. It's definitely different, and I think the feds are here to take away my elephant. Yeah, apparently I'm a bad elephant dad. Who would have thought? Oh, well. Goodbye, Mr. Elephant. I kind of like this habitat. It's a little charming. I think all the other games will do it a lot better. Oh yeah, you can run over people. I forgot about that. Whee! Right, well, I can't wait to move on from this stupid game and leave these elephants behind. Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm kind of tired of how these elephants are functioning in a sandbox game. Alright, we've done Zoo Tycoon 1, Zoo Tycoon 3, Rollercoaster Tycoon 3, and now we're moving on to the classic Zoo Tycoon 2. Now, of course, we started in a city map for Zoo Tycoon 3, so I think it's probably best that we actually continue with our little city map. I have a few mods in here just to help it go by a little bit quicker. I have, like, the no fence around like the map mod, I guess. And I also have kind of like a free place mod that lets me kind of put in wherever I want trees. I figure that's probably going to be best for this purpose. So without further ado, I think we should get started. Right, so I think, where are we going to start this off? I think I want to start it like right over here. Oh my god, there are no paths. Yeah, I'm playing a version without like anything unlocked, so that is going to be a little bit of kind of like a setback. But you know what? We can roll with it. We can make this happen. Right, well, honestly, I think that's gonna be just fine. Let's actually build out that, I don't know, that little balcony, I think. Right, I think I also want to do kind of like a fence down here. I think the concrete fence will be best for what we're going for. You know, it's a little awkward, but you know what? This feels good. Let's actually get to work on the rest of the fencing around here, and then we can make like the little mountain. Right, well, now they're contained, so we shouldn't be getting any like other issues with that. What I also want to do is kind of do like the surrounding fence around here and make sure that we have that all built up. Okay, so there is grass in here, but I want it to feel at least a little bit funky. So let's try and find like the best grass texture out here. I think it's kind of ironic that I'm putting grass down as the lawnmower guys are here. It's quite humorous to me, actually. But I'm really liking this wetlands grass. Okay, well, at least that outside bit is done. I think I kind of want to get started on this little mountain over here. I think having, like, the big structure be 2 ticks big is going to be good. And then from there, we could, like, I don't know, see how big we want this one to be. Yeah, so, like, you can kind of view it right there. Right, well, I want to at least continue this kind of stone motif that we have over here. I've been trying to match these paths together just because it makes the most amount of sense. Right, well, at least that looks good right there. I think I'm gonna start to kind of just line this up with these same kind of fences. Let's kind of focus on like the rest of the terrain too. I think this had a little bit of a dip, and we won't forget the ridge this time. We won't. Right, so I think the scrub biome might actually be goated for this. Okay, let's give it a try. I have to say this is already so much more enjoyable than Rollercoaster Tycoon 3. I think that this is kind of a big brain move over here. Using the Bentec sand, I think we can make like a really good rock texture over here. Okay, and I think that is looking pretty good. Let's see if we could actually match these rocks up here. But yeah, look at that. That is looking mighty fine. We gotta do some cleaning. That is looking very good so far. Let's actually decorate the outside of this habitat too, because I feel like it's kind of lacking. And I'm very much feeling these birch trees. Oh man, the little squirrel. Oh. The squirrel's back. Squirrel's back, guys. Squirrel's back. It's all good. Right. I think we need some, like, more flowers, too. I think if we just throw, like, a few of, like, these rainforest flowers everywhere, it should brighten it up a little bit more. Let's start to work on some of the scenery in here, and then we could kind of see where we can go. Right, no, there really isn't much. Is there like a feeder that we could use at least? Yeah, at least we could do like the feeder right there. I think that should be fine. Okay, we have our kind of like main trees down. Let's see if we could kind of do some like little biome covers. Oh, I love the red oat grass. This is going to be so good for this habitat. Oh, I forgot about the ridge. Guys, thank you for reminding me. Thank you. Let's make the ridge. I think it's probably best if we kind of just use a mix of rocks for these. I feel like that would kind of make it look pretty good. And I think if we just kind of like spam some June grass everywhere, it should kind of brighten it up a little bit more. This is probably a good enough excuse to redo the grass in here anyway, so that's honestly everything kind of works out in the end. It looks so much better. Let's get some kind of dirt in here. I kind of want like this ridge to at least have some rock texture around it. I think we found the perfect mix, guys. This is money right here. And I think if we just kind of like do a little bit of grass work everywhere, we should be able to kind of like blend these textures a bit more. I think having like the scrub grass wherever there's like actual bushes might look pretty good. Right, okay, look at that. Okay, I'm happy with this one. You know, I booted up Zoo Tycoon like last night just to see if I would be able to make something. I didn't get too far, so I really wasn't looking forward to this, but this is so cute. I mean, check this out. I mean, I think it's a little obvious I'm excited for the next game more than anything, but it was a good return to form. Okay, honestly, I want to try something. Bear with me, guys. I'm gonna be right back. I'm installing Radical Remake. Oh my god, it looks so good. Oh, that's like live reaction right there. Look at this. Okay, I feel like everyone who's played Zoo Tycoon 2 has absolutely played it modded, so this is just so cool to see. I don't know. Gotta say, Radical Remake did not update the poop textures. Very, very disappointed in them. But this is so freaking cool. This honestly might be my favorite one so far because of like all these awesome new textures. It's so beautiful. Right, guys. Well, that's it with the Zoo Tycoon 2 portion. Let's move forward to modern day. This is the one I've been waiting for, guys. Planet Zoo. It's good to be home. Right, so I think we're gonna start off. There's no city map. Honestly, you know what? No, we're going full city with this. Maybe it was a mistake loading into this map. I've been waiting here for like 4 minutes. And listen, when you're making YouTube content, that's time is money. Time is money over here. Gabagool. Oh, you're kidding me. Right, well, I guess that's not gonna work, so we're just gonna do a sandbox. Sure, why not? So let's get started. We do have some good paths this time around, and I think that this one is gonna be very good. This like nice little herringbone path. So I think I'm gonna take like a different approach with this and honestly go 1-to-1. This time around, I think that we can make this look exactly how it's supposed to. Right, so I think that kind of fits the bill for the habitat shape. Now we can actually do this little elevated pathway, and I think that this rustic path is really gonna fit the bill for this. Okay, so I think that we got the elevation all set. I might change it a little bit as we get like closer to that divot out there, but I kind of like this. And then if we just bring it out here, we should be able to have a good chunk of the way done. I think that's good. Right, now let's actually work on this part, which is going to be a little bit more difficult. This is like that big tower. I mean, it's not going the way I want, guys. It is not. I think that's looking good, right? Thank you for not looking horrible. So let's get some elephants in here, and then we could get playing. Well, if I wasn't playing before, then what was I doing all this time? Like, come on, you got this, bestie. Cool. Now do that 3 more times. One of the things I did notice over here is that there is like kind of like a plaster wall. So I think that if we use these pieces right, we should be able to make this look pretty damn good. Right, well, I gotta skip in between some things because I'm gonna go criminally insane if I don't. So what I think is gonna be best if I actually work on the exterior walls at least and kind of dress this place up just a little bit more. So what I'm gonna be doing is actually using the normal enclosure fences for this. Oh god, it looks like some kind of prison compound right now. I think we just need some trees. We need to make it pretty. But yeah, I honestly like doing this little exterior part of the habitat. Like, it's honestly becoming one of my favorite things about this. Too bad there are no more zoo games. You know, a sequel video. If this video gets, 100,000 views, sure, I'll do the sequel. Right, that is looking mighty cool right there. This is a hell of a view right now. And honestly, this is such a vibe up here too, but like, I feel like I would get such vertigo standing right here. Wait, hold on. That literally did the opposite of what I wanted. Well, at least everyone's like, happy about the elephants. Maybe they're happy about the video. I have no idea what's going on with this kid right here. I'd be that happy too if I were next to an elephant. Okay, I gotta focus. I'm losing it at this point. Oh man, after playing like all the isometric games, this terrain tool, it is so good. Oh, I forgot. So like one of the reasons why I chose that little pool back like all the way eons ago, back in Zoo Tycoon 3, is because we could use this. This is like the little water pool thing. So there are some details I don't want to skimp out on, and one of those is actually kind of like the fence that wraps around here. So for some reason, like, these bricks are green. Not really sure why, but we'll get it done. And we have like a nice bright white one right here. And then there's like a fence on top of that. And honestly, that is looking pretty cash right there. Now we gotta put it all the way around here. That fence is done, and I am now exhausted. Wow, that took a lot out of me. I like don't know what to do now. Okay, so at least the cool thing with this one, we can actually make the cave with all custom pieces. So this is gonna be interesting. Right, so it does kind of curve like this, so I definitely want to make sure I'm able to do that. This is going to be so cool. Let's finish this up a bit more. Oh, yes! That is looking so good. So one of the things I did notice about, like, the Zoo Tycoon 3 habitat is that these, like, rock structures are kind of like stacked rocks. I know it's like kind of a South American kind of style, but I think we should still probably emulate it because, hey, we're recreating it after all. Yeah, one of the things I kind of like to do with stuff like this is kind of edge it towards the sky a bit so that it kind of catches the shadows just right. It's so cool like that. And here's another thing too, like, yeah, it took me a bit to make that, but now I could just duplicate that and throw it right over here, and it's like pretty much done. Of course, I ain't no hack. I want to make it look good, so I take the time, guys, I care about the craft. The Minecraft. Right, okay, so it's not actually part of the actual Zoo Tycoon 3 one, but I do want to add some rocks everywhere, just to give it a little bit more extra oomph. I guess I can have it kind of come up a little bit too. Why do elephants laying down like give me such joy? Okay, I remembered like another reason why I don't like building for elephants. It's because I only play the game in like play mode, right? Some people like they never take off pause mode. I need to make sure like my animals, my guests are using all the exhibits, all the pathways that I'm using. These elephants sound like a freaking like car revving up, and it's the Lightning McQueen I do not need in my life. It is infuriating. Listen, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt for like this part up here, but don't judge me for not doing the back of this because business in the front, party in the back, Billy Ray Cyrus. All right, this is looking good. Let's get some terrain paint going. Right, so I want some like at least intense grasses around the edge just to help brighten it up a bit more and help the guests feel like, yeah, I'm walking through a perfectly manicured zoo. Okay, with that being said, let's dirty this up a little bit more. Now again, I think those kind of like trails that we did in our last few have been very beneficial, so let's keep doing that. Right, now upon like another glance, I feel like there's a little bit too much sand, so I'm just gonna throw in like a few more layers of grass. So one of the wonderful things in Planet Zoo now is buffalo grass. This is just a really, really awesome piece. It gives you like a really good spread on terms of like, you know, just general habitat lushness. Is that a word? I don't know. I don't care anymore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys don't really come to me for my linguistic skills, but you guys rather come to me for my wonderful Planet Zoo builds. So I think we're kind of filling out a little bit too much yellow, so I'm going to go through here with our nitraria bushes and kind of brighten it up a little bit more. I feel like we need just a bit more color. And I think we need just a little bit more activity going on in here. It just feels kind of empty. So I think we're also missing a few more trees, so let's kind of see what we have at our little arsenal. Honestly, these cork oak trees from the Euro pack, so good, especially for what we're doing right now. Let's put one right there, put another right there, one right there. This is looking good. Hell yeah. So I think we have these binoculars. Who made these, by the way? Hey, Juscoron. Hell yeah. There's our Beaksy Bergen, bro. Juscoron, I hope you're happy. Your build is now a water jet. Okay, just because I'm gonna go that extra distance, let's see if we could get like a sprinkler or like a water jet. So I think if we actually put that there, our elephant should use it. Look at him go. All right, he actually likes it. You know what? That's one of the one times I will accept your absolutely annoying sounds. Oh my god, they're so beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen like a baby elephant in real life before, but I bet it must be so magical. Like, look how big the ears are. Oh my gosh, that makes me happy. Well, I want to thank you guys for stopping by for this video. It was super fun to put together. This whole video idea really just came from like a whole wide variety of people. I need to give a huge shout out to Anika for editing this entire video. I was able to catch like some snippets as I was kind of like, you know, giving this stuff to her. I can't wait to see the final product. I'm just going to be as surprised as you guys are once this comes out. So I'm very excited once that comes out. I gotta give a huge shout out to James Turner, the Sims YouTuber. He actually did like a Sims build in every single Sims game. Big shout out to Mealy as well, who did this originally back when the Planet Zoo beta came out. Super, super awesome series to watch. I really suggest you guys still catch it because it still holds up to this day. And a huge shout out to all of you guys for even watching this in the first place. I've been wanting to do kind of like a big silly video like this for a while, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys all being there. So if you guys did enjoy this longer form content and kind of silly video idea, let me know. I'm more than happy to make more in the future. Super excited that you guys are finally able to watch this. Check out this blueprint on the workshop, I guess. I'm gonna put it up. So thank you guys one last time. If you did enjoy it, be sure to subscribe. Do everything that you possibly can to make sure that you see more of my content in the future, I guess. It was super awesome for you guys to stop by for this. I really do appreciate it. I'm awful with ending videos, so I'm just gonna have Anika sign me out with whatever. Yeah, goodbye.